Darren, nice this week, I suppose, have that relief after last week securing your place in League Two.
I think it is. Going into the next game, the players have trained very well. Obviously, you can imagine there's a lot of players at this time of year up and down the country where they're worried about their future. But I think overall, I keep saying it every week, success and failure are not too far apart. I've had to manage the smallest squad of players that we've had in the last 3 years. I've probably had the lowest budget. Well, I know I've had the lowest budget. So there's a lot of things that I've had to manage, and you know, we are where we are. I feel as far as the points tally with the budget I've got, it's been the highest. I think we've got the best league home form that we've had in the last 3 years. So from a personal point of view, I've had to restock and make sure that, you know, there have been pluses. Having said that, I feel disappointed in the second part of the season, and I have to ask why. Have I made mistakes? Yes, like any manager, and I think I'm certainly going to learn from them mistakes next year. I feel one or two players have come into the group and they've developed, and that's something I'm really desperate to hold on to next season. And I feel they'll be bigger, they'll be better, they'll be stronger as a group. And I really want to kick on, and I also understand fans' frustrations, and there's a lot of people, you know, that I meet around the town that I share the same frustrations, and I understand why they are frustrated, and all I can do is make sure that I manage the club in the way that I feel the club can be managed with the resources that we got. I'm managing in a market which is very difficult, but all I can say is to the supporters that I'm going to come back stronger next season, and make sure that we kick on and maintain that form that we had at the start of the season.
Yeah, so how soon does your attention turn to next season? Obviously you've still got this game against Colchester, but how soon will you turn your attention to the next campaign, if you haven't already?
I think I've done it straight away. I didn't even have time to do an interview after the game on Saturday live, so I went straight into the boardroom, and you know, knowing what we know now as far as how important it is to keep and maintain your league status. You can see the amount of pressure that the football clubs are under, and it's very difficult at times to make sure you do sustain that, and only the time has shown that, and I've been disappointed that it took so long to make sure mathematically it was done, because it should have been done a lot sooner.
You said last week that key players negotiations were going well, or started off well. Is there any updates on that front with contracts with players?
I think we're getting closer. Do I want it to announce officially? Yes, now, but every day you're speaking to agents, you're speaking to players, because I think what we've got to be very careful of is if we had won 6 more games, we would have been in an unbelievable position as far as playoffs. We're disappointed we drew too many games. Why did we? I just think, as far as which has always been our problem over the last 3 years, is to win games you've got to score goals. And to score goals, you've got to get goal scorers, and goal scorers unfortunately cost the most money.
Yeah, I mean, you say that key players, the players like Lacey, Dolan, Zoka, they're all out of contract, among players out of contract, so how confident are you that those players will be retained by you over time?
Well, I think overall, I think they've had very, very good seasons, and I just hope that as far as the agent's concerned, because the agent can help me and the football club right now. That's one thing. They're the important part as far as talking to the player, and then can the player see progression, and can they see their careers develop? Well, you know, we had Hedges for 3 months, and within the short space of time he was gone for a big money move.
Yeah, and these players, some of them making public announcements or statements within their interviews saying that they would like to stay at you. Well, that must be good for you to hear.
It is good. I think what I've got to do is I've got to give them a better squad. and a better group of players next year to make sure we are successful.
Yeah, and this game now, Colchester, they've still got something to play for. Is that good from your point of view as well, that they're still got the playoff places in their sights?
Well, we was up against a Stevenage team that were looking to stay in the playoffs, and by getting the result that we did, we knew that game wasn't going to be easy, and now we've got exactly the same with Colchester. So I've got to make sure that these players finish the season strong, and supporters are probably, you know, when you look at scouts, agents, managers, they'll remember their last game, so I need to make sure that their last game is a memorable one.
Yeah, and you would expect Colchester, for that very reason, with the playoffs in their sights, they're going to throw everything at you, so it's going to be a tough game up there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tough game. I think even the game, large parts of that game against Stevenage, it was end to end. We went end to end, and you know, I expect the same on Saturday.